Righto, that's better. The last one just went off a bit. I don't know. The webcam wasn't working for whatever reason. But anyway, yeah, it's 9 o'clock right now here in Eastern Australia. And yeah, not much to do tonight, bored, so I thought I'll just chill on here, and if anybody pops by, I'll shoot us a message and we'll go from there. I haven't really got much to talk about. I mean, if nobody joins this one, I'll probably just delete it at the end. Why is my head down the bottom like that? Maybe I need to tilt that up. No, that's worse. I think that's a bit better. Or is it? Oh, that thing should go down. Yeah, that's too bloody much. No, that'll do for now. You probably see it if well, nobody's watching, but I've had a bit of a trim on the top and my beard today, so that was good. I'm just looking at Facebook. Somebody is saying hello, so I'll say hello back. There's been a lot of scams lately. I reckon 75% of them are just all freaking porn, or yesterday there was, well, even today, older people, looks like there's married photos and all that, and they still want to do damn money scams. They sent you, oh, did you see that Facebook gave $1 million to someone? And you're just like, oh, please. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, I've got a couple of them. Who's can't please everyone on Twitter. No, look, I kid you not. As I'm live, somebody's scamming me. I'll play along here for a second. I don't know how it works on Facebook. It must just get around. I don't know. It's just seems like it goes through stages, like the last week I've just been getting request after request after request, and some of them really genuine. So, I mean, Facebook always says, make sure, like, do you know these people? I mean, I'd say 99% of people on Facebook, um, friend people that they don't know. Especially for me, I'm not afraid of it, but because I'd like people to have a look at my channel, and I'll repeat all this. It says one's watching, but I'm pretty sure it's just me. You know, anyway, let's see what this dude says. I'll put a tweet out and just say I'm live. There is a hashtag live now. There you go. Now I've got to find this bloody. Sorry, I beg your pardon, he says. That's code for I'm catching him out that he's a scammer. Let's see what he comes back with. I just gave him the thumbs up. Now, what the hell was I doing? That's right. Oh, I'll put some weird, what's the names in there, hashtags. No, still no one there. Oh, chat. Camping chat, why not? I don't know if you can get an actual link for the actual stream or not. Oh, for God's sake. I stuffed up the, oh, there's a bit of a, how the hell do I change the, add to queue? Hopefully I can change it in the studio. Let's have a look. I don't know why I wrote bread, but here we go. Bread. I need board. Well, I'm not bored right this second. I've got stuff to do, but it'd be nice to have a chat. This guy works for, I don't know, Samsung or something. Oh, look! I wish I had enough. I wish I had a lot of subscribers, so I didn't have to worrying about other people. You know what I mean? If you had a lot of subscribers, you just wouldn't even answer these people. How do I share a tweet? Add? Oh no, no. 11 impressions. Well, I think Instagram is useless a lot of times for promoting. I think Instagram is, if you genuinely like taking photos, just put them up there. Where I've been trying to, as you do, try and drive some people to YouTube, but I don't think it's working. But you know, you just got to the main thing is you got to enjoy it, and I seem to be doing that at the moment. Whatever, I'm not going to, there's so many. Let me look at you. No, still no one there, but the main thing is you got to enjoy it, and I'm not listening to all the crap about don't do live streams, don't do these sort of videos, don't do this. Make sure you do this. I'm just doing what makes me happy. Would I like to make a few quid out of it? Yes, because I don't do anything else at the moment. I have limited income that I keep my head above water. That's about it. Self-funded. But yeah, if I could get a few extra quid, that'd be nice. I mean, I've donated a few dollars to some guys over the years, the outdoors people. Give them $20 or something like that, Australian, which probably ends up, after all the fees, $15 or something. But yeah, anyway, let me get back to this. Let me get back to what the hell was I doing? Now, this guy's effing with me. I'll read it to you. I am here to inform you that your cash prize of $800,000 from the Samsung lottery is still in our custody, and ask why you have not claimed your prize. Telling him I'm rich and it's not needed. Oh, hang on. Has he deleted me? Yeah, he's blocked me. How's that? Unbelievable. Well, I'll block him back. How's that? Blocked me. Unbelievable. Well, now it's suspicious. I've got 4 friend requests. I think this guy is playing with me. And what annoys me is I can't block this guy that he's blocked me. There you go. Oh, well. I don't know if I should accept these people or not. Friends, 7. No, I'm not going to accept them. Effort. I shouldn't be saying that sort of talk on here, should I? But I did mark it as not suitable for children, so delete, 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 delete. There we go. Anyway, what's on my mind? Live stream. There is a bloody shareable link on the Twitter, on the YouTube. I get so confused with them all. No, still no one there. Story of my life. I've just got to remember I'm live. What's the big thing? Why do they all offer money? I don't understand it. I guess they just want your contact details. I guess some people are stupid and desperate enough to give it to people. Hmm. Mm-hmm. It's amazing on social media. You just don't, things that you think will be successful aren't, and things that you think is just stupid and, a waste of time putting up there becomes popular for my standard anyway. Why didn't I do that in the first place? Frickin' Facebook. Notifications, all you get is bloody notifications from them wanting you to upgrade and spend money on advertising. Unbelievable. At least with YouTube, they don't force you into anything that I've come across, or Twitter, or Instagram. I don't know if you can set up the there's no one watching one, but I think that's me. I wonder if you can turn on the notifications to get a beep if somebody drops something in the live chat. Mhm. Bloody politics. Mhm. I might go for it. We'll see how we go. Go try and take the dog somewhere in the car tomorrow for a walk. I might get the camera out and just do a little video or something rather than one of these stupid things. You know, probably not a dash cam. You know, I'm supposed to be evolving into something else. Outdoors. Still haven't had any replies since the guy over in the West District, you know, a few days ago. Well, I assume the one up there means it's just me. Don't pick your nose. I can tell the camera's on because it's got the little light on the top. The streams that I've done during the day are a lot better than at night. Like I've said on previous ones, this camera's really old, so at night it's probably a bit snowy, if that's a word for it these days. Oh, yeah. We've got somebody there. Hello. CM Punk. Hi, Dana White. Is UFC going on? Well, you're going to have to translate UFC for me. What's UFC? I can think of something, but I probably don't want to say it on here. Even though I've marked it as not for children, they like you to do these days, not made for children. If there's anyone else out there, say something in the chat, and if you want me to rave on about something, I'll do my best. Am I the owner of UFC? Well, you're going to have to tell me what UFC is. Ultimate Fighting Championship? If that's what you mean, the answer is no. Wish I was. Sounds like something that you would be rich if you were. I'm not rich, just in case you wanted to know. Oh, we did have 3, now it's dropped off to 2. I'm going to work this out in a sec. I see now, Dana White. Well, we've got the same hairdo. I'm better looking though, of course. And I'm guessing he's richer than me. There you go. It's easier just to use Google than anything else. I think there's someone else there, so if there is somebody watching, just say something in the chat, please. Back to 1 now, so there was somebody there for a while. I'll give it till 10 o'clock here, another 15 minutes or so. And then I will retire. Says 2 again. It'd be good if you could see who it was watching. Not that you could do anything, but oh, g'day, Jack. How are you? Thanks for popping in. What's your story, Jack? Whereabouts are you and all that sort of stuff, if you feel like sharing it? Not too bad, mate. It's just been a bit bored tonight, to be honest. Oh, yeah, Sydney. Good on you. I'm just in East Gippsland, Victoria here. How did you get on to me, Jack, just out of curiosity? I've only just sort of, I'm just sort of poking my fingers in at this YouTube thing, so I'm just, you know, filling in time tonight, basically. The virus situation is okay. Well, it's not really, but there's not really a lot I can do. I mean, I'm not sure if you know of any history about what I've been on about recently, but oh, you search for random live. Okay, well, there you go, mate. Thanks for joining us. I didn't even know you could do that. I've only got 20 subs on here, but I just want to get back into doing some camping and outdoor stuff. But you can't do much, obviously, with the lockdown here, especially in Victoria. But I'm looking for permission where I can go as well. But I might go out in the car tomorrow with the dog and go to a little spot, and that'll be classified as exercising. So I assume they won't book me for that. Yeah, I agree. Well, from what I understand, I thought our I'm not going to get political, I always say this, but our gracious leader, Daniel Andrews, was the worst out of the lot, hanging us out to dry until July. But I heard yesterday Gladys saying the end of June, so for New South Wales. So, she's doing about the same as we are. So, I've got enough to keep me occupied. Doesn't bother me too much. What annoyed me was when all the panic buying was going on, toilet paper and all the stuff, and our friends, the Chinese, shipping it overseas to the motherland when they're supposed to be Australians is pretty disgusting in my view. But as I always say, we've only got one vote, so there's nothing I or we can do about it. I can imagine it. I can imagine it does drive some people insane. I like my house. It doesn't bother me too much. But I guess some people, and I live on my own too, and my dog, so it doesn't really bother me. If I had a wife and 3 kids driving me insane, I'd probably be in the same boat as you, driving me insane. But it is a bit frustrating, though. You just can't get up and go somewhere. I mean, I went into town the other week to get a few things, and it didn't really seem that quiet to me anyway. So I don't know, 95% capacity, I reckon. So I mean, if you're working, I suppose it's not a bad thing. If you're working, I suppose it's not a bad thing. So, I mean, at least you can get out, is what I'm saying. But you can't even go and see your mother on Sunday. I think it's Mother's Day on Sunday, isn't it? My parents live a few hours away, so that's definitely out of the question. It's got to be essential travel. Yeah, well, it will be harder to find a job, exactly. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of unemployed people now. I'm not sure what industry you're in, but certainly if you're in the hospitality industry. And then you've got all these people in the public service who, for a lot of them, like in councils, I despise councils. They're probably all sitting at home with their feet up on full pay. Okay, out of uni, well, what can I say? Yeah, it's not easy to get a job. Not easy to get a job. I mean, I've had couple of businesses in the last 10 years, which I got out of, but I went through a stage where I applied for a few jobs. Didn't they? And I'm highly experienced. I mean, I certainly haven't been to university. I'm sort of, in that respect, uneducated, but even I didn't get a look in with some of these jobs. And I thought, you just get so many bloody knockbacks in it, and it ends up putting you down, basically. Feeling, you get, I forget what the word I'm looking for is, but you sort of get to the point where you feel like giving up, So if you just graduated from uni, you've got to be somewhere in the 25 years old mark, I guess. So I mean, people probably be knocking the door down to get a job at McDonald's and stuff like that. I even, out of curiosity, a while back, I actually applied for KFC. Would you believe it? And I wasn't even suitable for that. I couldn't believe it. And I applied for Coles, and they wanted you to do a IQ test at the end. I just, to hell with that, doesn't. Yeah, well, okay, you're only 21. There you go. Well, yeah, I'm a very hands-on person. I'm not good. I'm not very academic. I don't learn good out of reading books and stuff like that. I like hands-on training. As far as doing videos, I started playing around with dash cams. Probably over a year ago now, and then I lost interest in that probably 6 months ago. It's easy to lose interest doing this because you want people to watch your stuff, I mean, I get some views, but nothing like that I would like. But that's why I want to get back into the camping. I mean, we used to do a lot of camping years ago, outback trips and all that sort of stuff. And I sort of enjoy watching some guys doing it on YouTube. Not really in Australia, but overseas, there's a lot of good ones I enjoy watching, No, I'm not interested. Actually, I'm interested in a lot of things, but I just wanted to try to do something for YouTube, basically. I mean, I like a lot of things, but just at the moment, camping and outdoors seems to make sense. It's just, well, other than I want somewhere private that I can camp where I'm not going to be bothered by anyone, so I can just film and stuff like that. But I mean, a lot of 99% of the YouTube videos are repetitive, but I except for a couple of channels that I follow, I don't want to blow their trumpet, but I really enjoy them, But 90% of them are just, it's good to see what they're doing, but it's sort of, I watch it when I'm going to sleep, in bed, So, yeah, well, yeah, I'd like to, I've still got some camping stuff there, but I'd have to get quite a bit more. I'm not sure what you watch on YouTube, Jack, but a lot of the guys in the UK don't do, in Australia, it's more car camping, as they call it. You drive your car up to a campsite or whatever and set up, so you got all your fridge and stuff with you. But in the UK and in Canada and stuff, they never seem to have anything. Well, hang on, I'll go back a step. The 99% of their camping is all out of a backpack, so they don't have a fridge. Everything's ultra light, but they don't need a fridge over there because it's pretty cold. I mean, if you're going out for just a couple of nights, the food's not going to go off. But you know, in Australia in the summertime, you got to have an ice box or something. You know. Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's hard to create interesting content out of camping. Well, it just, yeah, I reckon it's, I mean, there's guys in Australia that do probably more adventure sort of stuff, like, you know, in their four-wheel drives. I watched them, a couple of them, and I just thought they were freaking tossers. You know, I wouldn't watch them in a fit. But, you know, there's quite a few guys in the UK and in Canada and a couple in the USA. I mean, there's probably thousands of them, but, you know, they're just the ones that I follow. You know, there's one guy in Canada, he's got over 1 million subscribers, and there's some smaller guys too that have only got a couple of thousand, and, you know, they're basically similar content. Some of the guys are really good at editing too, where I'm bloody useless. I just don't have the patience for it, to be honest. Actually, live streams are the best thing to do because all you do is hit start stream and that's it, you know. But even guys have, I don't know how it works, but they have programs hooked up to the live stream and they can have different people, you know, on the screen at the same time calling in via Skype or something like that, you know. But yeah, like I say, I mean, I don't, you know, anything that's, if you're going to, I'm no expert, but anything that's going to be really good straight off the bat on YouTube is usually going to be some, you know, somebody that's famous already, or it's a known product. I mean, there's a couple of guys out there. Oh, there's one guy in the States that has been making, without going into too much detail, he's been making videos about, you know, he's a pilot and he has been making videos about aviation stuff for years. And one particular topic, one particular thing he did a video on actually skyrocketed him. Well, you know, I think he's got a couple of 100,000 subscribers now. So, you know, just that one thing. I mean, I've got one video which I did. I think it was January last year. Just in a car driving around a city called Bairnsdale, and that's been my most popular one, 1,000 views. So I've got no idea why people want to watch that one. You know, I've tried to replicate the exact wording, the exact tags, the exact everything, but I've got no idea why. Still, you know, still don't know why. Exact. Yeah, well, that's true, Jack. But you know, one common thing that I've heard, I watch, you know, quite a lot of the guys do live streams every now and then, and I watch them, and I send in messages like you are right now, and quite often I ask them, you know, what do you think? And they might have 80,000 subs or something like that. And I always ask them, what can you do to improve the channel, being a nobody? And they reckon just persistence. I mean, I think I was talking about it before to myself before anyone was here, but I think you got to enjoy if you enjoy what you're doing, then it's things will probably look after itself. Well, the guy I was talking about, you can have a look at his site if you want to on YouTube. His name's Joe Robinette. He just does camping and bushcraft stuff in Canada. He's got over 1 million subs now, and he says he's been uploading videos for about 12 years, probably more than that now, 14 years or something. And he said just over the years, and he's a nobody, and he said just over years it just slowly keeps picking up, and he kept going camping and building stuff, and yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, you got to be enjoying yourself, and I think you can also look into things too deeply, as far as, well, like I say, I can get bored pretty easily with things, especially if I'm not enjoying it. And you don't want it to become a job, really. So people say, don't do live streams, don't do this, don't do that. You know what? I was bored tonight, so I thought, what the hell? I just turned the camera on, like right now, and just thought, why not? I mean, I don't think I might keep it in the queue. I might keep it in the queue. I don't know. But the first half an hour is just nothing, really. Just me talking to myself. So at least with you here, Jack, it's at least it gives me something to talk about. But hopefully, with just getting back on the editing, yeah, I'm not really getting good at it at all. It just frustrates me, Yeah, well, that's right. Your last comment there. Yeah. Well, I do. Yeah, uh, I follow quite a few camping guys, bushcraft, but I do find they don't really. In my opinion, anyway. I mean, you look at my name, Evan Outdoors. I've asked them a few questions, but they don't really go out of their way to help you. That's my opinion, anyway. They they probably get thousands of people annoying them. So yeah. Well, it's been glad to meet you, Jack. If you want to chat again, mate, why don't you subscribe? And usually when I do these live chats, yeah, well, that's right. Somebody left a comment the other day and said I was funny, and I thought, oh, well, that's kind of cool. I've never thought of myself as being funny. And some guy before, left a comment and said that I look like I don't know why people are cryptic, but he said, "Oh, am I Dana White, UFC or something?" And I asked, "Who the hell is that?" So I googled it, and it's a bald guy like me. So that's obviously what he was on about. So I had to find that out myself. Yeah, but yeah, finding the right people. I'm 45, and I just find over the years, I like to, I'm better off just doing my own thing. I've had more, not that I'm successful, but I like to just do things my way. So I'll just have a read what you're saying here. Oh, really? You do videos too? All right. I'll have a look. I'll give you a sub if you do the same for me. But you can't click on your name here. Did they do that on purpose? How do I find you? No, I don't worry about what other people think. Probably at one point I did years ago. When you're young, you're a bit paranoid and stuff. But I mainly gaming. Okay, I'm not into games at all. Not that I've got anything against it. It's a free country. But oh, thanks, Jack. Thanks for that. I think if I get a notification, I should be able to click on your profile, and I'll give you a sub, mate. No worries. But yeah, I just find doing my own thing. I mean, there's guys out there that do real basic camping videos. I mean, they use an iPhone and that's it. And you know, one guy I'm thinking, oh, I think he's got about 80 or 90,000 subs, you know, and I enjoy his videos. Probably what I like the most about camping videos, well, his name is Carlisle195, and he does, well, not so much recently, but over the years, he's done some amazing cooking on the campfire, you know. He's a chef by trade, but he's in the UK. You know, just some of the stuff he does on cooking on the campfire is pretty good, you know. But there's guys out there too that, you know, they must have about 6 cameras or something like that. You know, like for a 20-minute video, they probably have somewhere in the vicinity of 250 cuts. You know what I mean? Where a 20-minute video of mine in a dash cam is one cut, and probably camping would be, you know, maybe a dozen at the most, you know. But, you know, probably if you really get into it, you know, probably over time, like I don't like to pay for anything either because I'm not that flush at the moment, but, you know, editing software from what I've seen, it's basically all similar, you know. But I just find it, yeah, well, that's right. Editing for them must have taken ages too. Yeah. Well, there's one guy. I don't know why I'm holding this stuff back. It doesn't matter because they probably love the exposure. Another guy in Canada is Mikey McBrien. You know, his family's got an airline called Buffalo Airways, and he does restores aircraft and all that sort of stuff. You know, people donate money, and he puts all the YouTube revenue towards, you know, the aircraft being restored. But his graphics are unbelievable these days. I don't know how he does it. You know, if you look, I can barely write something on the screen, you know, that says, you know, welcome to this video. Like, I can't even do that, you know. I can probably do fade in at the start, fade out at the end, you know, cut the videos a little bit at the start of the clips and the end, and that's about it really. But I enjoy the low budget stuff like Carlisle195. Well, when I say low budget, low editing, I enjoy them as much as the high edited stuff. You know, sometimes like I said about some of these guys in Australia that do the adventuring in the forward drive, I just thought they were a bunch of tossers, you know. I didn't like it at all, so I certainly didn't subscribe to them, even though they've probably got hundreds of thousands of subs, you know. Yeah, well, I've got the time. I mean, without going into too much detail, I don't make any money out of this, but if I made a few quid out of it, yeah, it'd be good, because I don't have a lot of income at the moment. Just, you know, I keep my head above water, you know, self-funded. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some extra cash. And I sort of respect the guys going out there doing their filming and that. I've given, like I said, I'm not sure what I said to you or before you joined, but yeah, I've given a bit of money here and there. You know, it sort of makes you feel good. You know, contributing to the cause. But yeah, Mikey's videos, his videos are really good. You know, interesting. He does like us in his family's airline. They've got all the old warbirds like the DC-3, the C-46. They used to have the DC-4, but they retired that and upgraded to Electras, which were, instead of built in the 40s, were built in the 50s, but they're turbines. So I love all those sort of things, you know, and just aviation in general. I said to somebody earlier, if I could find an angle in aviation, I'd do it, But I think, you know, to do anything in aviation, like if you want to be, I couldn't be a pilot anyway because I'm colourblind, partially colourblind. But there's a lot involved. I mean, just the radio that they talk on all the time, it drives me insane. And they speak so quickly, you can't even understand what the hell they're saying. So, but yeah, but you just got to enjoy what you enjoy doing. I enjoyed doing the dash cams, but I mean, it's very boring. I mean, I'll admit that it's even worse than camping. But I always thought to myself, well, if I enjoy doing it, so what? I mean, I just put it on YouTube. I mean, it doesn't cost anything. Doesn't cost anything. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, you got to remember when I was your age, yeah, there was no internet when I was 21. Mobile phones were only just coming in, so you weren't going to be sitting home watching YouTube all day or playing computer games. I mean, computer games were around, but no internet. So well, I used to, like I say, we used to go away a lot when I was your age. We used to do trips around the country in a four-wheel drive and all that sort of stuff. And 99% of it just camped on the side of the road, and it was always good, because it was hot and you'd have a few beers and all that sort of stuff, But yeah, maybe it's an old person's thing these days. I'm just most of the guys that I've spoken about are all younger than me, though, to do the bushcraft and all that sort of stuff, the camping videos. They're all younger than me. I'm pretty sure. But look, I don't know. Camping is boring. Maybe video games are a young person's thing because, with respect, that's totally boring to me. So, No worries, Jack. Good to see you. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull the pin as well and probably retire and watch some YouTube videos, have a coffee. Thanks a lot, Jack. All the best, mate. We'll catch you soon. And that's where I'm going to end it too. If there's anyone else watching, yeah, thanks for watching and we'll catch you soon. Thanks again, Jack. Cheers, everyone. Bye.